Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're watching a Chris Hansen video about a really creepy man who thinks he's meeting a 12-year-old girl.
This guy from New York City just drove more than 50 miles in the rain to have sex with someone he thinks is a 12-year-old girl.
We've reacted to a few of these videos and every single time it just freaks me out and it really does make me feel disgusted. This is like a literal man who's went out there to meet a child.
You heard right. A 12-year-old.
Exactly, like she's so young, like a 12-year-old. How old am I? I'm 19. A 12-year-old is how many years younger than me? Like 7. That is just so scary. Like, I don't understand how these people can like have an attraction to a child. And it also is so scary that there's like so many people like this out in the world.
Joshua Cologne likes to be called Poppy, Latin slang for daddy, but we have another name for him, Predator.
Yep, that is basically what he is. I also wonder how old he is because a lot of times these guys lie about how old they are. They'll be like, oh, I'm only 24, but in reality they're like 34.
Cologne is the latest guy caught in our all-new investigative segment, Hansen vs. Predator. He's 32 years old.
Oh my god, 32 years old, so yeah, like I suspected. He's probably gonna tell her that he's only like 19, like that's what they always do. Also, my favorite part of these videos is when they get caught and they try to like worm themselves out of the situation, but it just doesn't work.
Lives in Queens and works for a plumbing company in Brooklyn. Besides Poppy, he likes to be called Boss.
I mean, at least he's got a job. Like a lot of these guys literally don't have jobs. But I think we can all agree that after this video, he ain't gonna be a plumber anymore.
His profile on the Link app shows he belongs to groups like Kush Smokers Are Us and Love Seeker, a site for teens.
A site for teens? So why is a 32-year-old or 34-year-old doing on a site for teens? Oh my god, yeah, I forgot these videos are like, I feel disgusted the whole way throughout them.
That woman in a bulletproof vest is with the online predator watchdog group Tetrad Core.
Basically, that woman is the person who pretends to be the children on the dating apps. Also, she's wearing like a bulletproof vest. Does that mean that there's like possibility they can literally bring a weapon? I haven't thought about that. Whenever I watch these videos, they usually like turn up and like they don't like try to like shoot them. There's always a possibility they could bring like a knife.
They set up this sting in cooperation with the Fairfield, Connecticut police. On social media, Tetrad posts a pic and profile that is obviously a 12-year-old girl.
And the predators always say, oh, you don't look 12, you're definitely 18. Or whenever they get caught, they're like, oh, I thought she was 18. I'm sorry, whenever you look at a 12-year-old, you cannot tell that they're 18. They obviously look 12.
Cologne makes the first contact, and after some innocent chat, he sends some sexually charged texts about how he'll take her virginity.
Yet again, keep in mind he's saying that to a 12-year-old. Yeah, literally a 12-year-old. Oh my god, it's only been a few messages and he's already went in there. I mean, at least he's like trying to talk to her. I know that sounds really sketchy. At least they'll like catch him in the end and like get him put into jail.
He then makes a bizarre proposal no adult should ever make to a 12-year-old.
You make me more happier. It's too bad you aren't old enough to marry. I would marry you.
I think in one of our last videos, like, I think at the age of 16, you can get married somehow. Like, one of the guys was, like, trying to marry her. It was really creepy. Why would you want to marry a 12-year-old? Like, what does a 12-year-old actually do? A 12-year-old literally isn't even old enough to be on Instagram.
After she tells him her mom is going out of town, Cologne reveals his fear of getting caught.
And if your mom comes back and I'm there, I could get in serious trouble and go to jail.
So at least he now knows that what he's doing is wrong. So that's, like, literally going to help the police. Like, he's basically just dug himself into his own grave. But I can guarantee you whenever he gets caught, he's just going to pretend that he thought she was 18.
The on-site decoy is posing as the 12-year-old named Jenna Claire. She's talking to Cologne as he drives up I-95 from New York City to our sting house in Fairfield.
I do really feel bad for that one because she probably has to go for a lot. Think of it, you're basically pretending to be a child and trying to like catch these predators. You gotta have pretty tough skin to be able to do that.
But it's not the rush hour this guy has to worry about. He's about to be caught on our more than a dozen hidden cameras outside, inside, in the hallway, the kitchen, and in the garage where police are in position for the bust.
Exactly, like whenever these people walk into the sting, like they are literally basically walking into a police station because there's cameras everywhere. I mean, it's quite funny because you get to see their reaction from all types of angles, and they always sweat a load, like they're always sweaty and greasy.
The Fairfield cops are prepared for any possibility.
You should have that taser out.
Exactly, like I know we've never really seen it happen before in these videos, but you genuinely don't know what could happen. A man could literally walk in there with like a gun or like a weapon, and that is why the woman's wearing a bulletproof vest.
Our driveway cam shows Cologne pulling up to the sting house in a bright yellow car. He's carrying an overnight bag as he walks to the back door. Our on-site decoy, a 19-year-old theater student who could pass for a preteen, invites him inside.
I'm sorry, but them people don't look like 19-year-olds. We seen a video a while ago of this girl who's got like a disease where like she literally looks 12-year-old, she's like 24. They need to get her to like sign up to this this because she would literally be like the perfect bait. I genuinely don't understand how these predators fall for like these traps. Does that look like a 12-year-old to me? It looks like a 19-year-old.
Watch again. He locks the door behind him. What could he be thinking?
Exactly, and that's really sketchy. I remember another time a guy like checked the window or something like that. I can't remember if he like checked the window or was like looking around for cameras. Like whenever he walked in, he was really suspicious.
What'd you bring me?
I brought dinner for myself.
Oh.
How are you gonna walk in there and just bring dinner for yourself? Come on! Can I say that? Is that like bad to say? I mean, either way, he ain't gonna be eating that dinner. He's gonna be eating like slob in a jail cell.
Mind if I use the bathroom because I was way holding for so long.
Yeah, it's right here.
You look hotter than the picture.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you always have to forget that he thinks that that's a 12-year-old. Oh my gosh. Also, he's going into the bathroom. Like, he could literally pull out a weapon. They need to be careful. Wait a minute, where are they hiding? Because they're always hiding in like the background. Oh my god, imagine he thinks he's going into the toilet, but realistically it's just like Chris Hansen sat there with like a packet of crisps.
When he comes out of the bathroom, he sees me.
Oh god, wow, now that is something you don't want to see. Imagine he comes out and he's just completely naked. That would be embarrassing for him, but also like embarrassing for Chris Hansen. He's gonna see his willy. I mean, that is something you don't want to see. He's gonna be thinking, what happened to the wee girl?
Sorry, is there a light switch in here? Oh, it's behind you, is that it?
Come on out, Joshua.
Oh my god, right, he's swearing, he knows he's been caught. That is so bad. Did you see his reaction? He was like looking around and then he looked up and he's like, oh my god, are you Chris Hansen? We need to watch that again because that is iconic.
Sorry, is there a light switch in here?
Look, watch this.
Come on out, Joshua.
His eyes just dropped to his stomach. Do you ever like look at somebody and know that they're like down in the inside? Like you can tell in their face. That's basically what just happened to him.
He's about to lose his lunch.
Keep your hands right, sit. Sit.
Oh my god, I thought he was going to pull out a gun there. He's pulled out his phone. That's not a good thing to do because I can now search the phone. I mean, he's been caught. Let's see what he has to say. The majority of the time, these predators just say the biggest amount of rubbish to try and worm themselves out of, like, the situation they got caught up in.
I know who you are.
You know who I am?
Yes.
So you've seen my shows before.
Yeah.
Oh god, so he knows who Chris Hansen is, he knows how this is gonna go. I mean, that's quite interesting, because, like, did he not recognize the place? I've got a feeling it maybe used, like, a different place every so often. But I wonder what he's gonna say, like, he knows how it goes. Is he still gonna try and, like, lie?
Well, guess what? We're starting up again.
Okay.
And you are among our first guests.
Okay, so this is like the first guy of that series. Oh god, look at his face. That is a face of someone who's shitting themselves. I'm sorry, but he looks so greasy, like he's proper sweating. And this is where the fun begins.
What's your name?
Joshua.
Joshua. Joshua what?
Cologne.
Cologne. And how old are you?
I'm 32.
32.
I mean, at least he's like telling the truth about his name and age. A lot of times, see, if everyone's a lie about their age, he'll be like, oh, I'm 24, and they're like 52.
And how did you meet this Jenna Claire?
I was on a app link.
And why did you think it was appropriate to talk to a girl who said she was 12 years old?
I don't know why.
You don't know why, that's a lie. You do know why. You thought you were gonna get away with it, and you didn't.
12?
I know. It was wrong.
What did you bring with you tonight?
Oh yeah, he's got a bag. Completely forgot about that. He's brought like an overnight bag, so he had the intention of staying there overnight. Are they gonna search his bag? Like, what happens if there's like something sketchy in there?
Clothes.
Clothes. Why would you need a change of clothes?
Because I was gonna stay over.
Stay over with a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
So far, he's telling the truth. That's really weird. They never usually do this. I wonder if he's gonna like try and lie. I mean, he knows who Chris Hansen is, so either way, he knows how like this whole like situation goes. It's gonna end up with him in jail.
And what were you going to do with this girl?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
See, he's completely speechless. Like, he knows that he can't lie. He knows he's literally got himself in a situation that he'll never be able to get himself out of. The video we're reacting to got 25 million views. So 25 million people seen his face, and I know him as a predator.
Guess, have sex.
Have sex.
Yeah.
This is like the first time they've ever admitted that they're actually going there to do that. This is really weird. I'm not used to them doing this.
Now, you had quite the chat with this girl. It's too bad you aren't old enough. I would marry you. You would marry a 12-year-old girl.
If she was old
If
enough.
she was old enough. But why would you even say that to a 12-year-old?
It's so creepy to think that like he sat on his bum and sent that. I don't even know about getting married and I'm 19. Like, imagine me getting married. Absolutely not. I wonder if he's in a relationship. Like, a lot of times these people do have boyfriends and like fiancés and like family. What do the family think? Also, what the neighbours of this house think? They probably look out their window and they're like, oh, Chris Hansen got another one.
Do you have any nieces and nephews, younger cousins?
Yeah.
What if a guy was hitting on them like this?
Yeah, I wouldn't like it.
You wouldn't like it. So explain to me what was going on in your mind that made you think it was okay to come here and do the very same thing.
Exactly, like think of it, he literally his nieces and nephews who are like that girl's age. They're gonna grow up one day and see this video and think, oh my god, that was literally my cousin. It just makes you feel sick, doesn't it? Like you genuinely don't know what people are thinking in their head. Your neighbour could literally be like him, like it is quite freaky.
I don't want to say anymore.
You want to say anything more? Well, you pretty much already said it. Did you bring condoms?
Yes,
Where are they?
in my bag.
What else is in that bag? So he's got condoms. Obviously, there was a reason why he brought them. He's dug himself into a hole, so like he knows he's basically going to jail. I mean, at least he's like admitting that like he's got a problem. A lot of times these people don't like admit that they've got a problem. They just try to lie about it. Also, whenever it comes to predators like that, like is there really a way to like deal with them? Is there therapy? Like is there things to like help them? Because obviously they've got a problem. Like it is a problem. It's not normal to be attracted to children like that. But it's like, how do you go about it? Do you put them in jail? Do you like incarcerate them or whatever that is, where you like cut their balls off, or do you like give them therapy? Like you genuinely don't know, because like you don't know if they're gonna try and like reoffend in the future.
What else is in the bag?
Clothes and toothbrush, stuff like that.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you're gonna find.
Okay, so if they actually do go into the bag, is that all they're gonna find? Because usually they lie. This is genuinely the first time the predator has like not lied. Well, so far he hasn't lied.
Yeah, well, we'll finally make out and make love. I was thinking of staying over and leaving the next morning.
I just love how he's got like these printed out in like a little thingy. He's got like a wee document. He's got a folder of him getting caught and being announced. This is like the biggest issue in the history of issues. Also, isn't it kind of weird to think that like predators literally watch these videos? Do you think they watch these videos and like try to like learn and like understand if somebody is real or if they're not? Like, do you reckon they study these videos? It's quite freaky.
So when I come over, we'll go to your room and you'll take off all your clothes since I'm the boss. Why did you have her call you Poppy?
Probably a power thing. Like he knows he shouldn't be doing it, but he likes the fact that he's got power. I've noticed that in a lot of relationships. A lot of times people will pick invulnerable people because like they like the feeling of the power. It can be toxic men, toxic women, literally anyone. Like it can be like that in friendships as well. If somebody is like a psychopath and like power hungry, they will go for like the most vulnerable person. And a lot of times these pedophiles will go for really young children and make them call them names like Pappy, because like it makes them feel powerful, like they've never felt that power before. Also, how many times has he done this? Like always makes me think, is this their first time or have they done it before?
I don't want to say anymore.
What is Poppy?
Latin saying.
Nickname?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not true, is it? Like, he knows exactly what it is. Oh, I don't know why I want her to call me that. You want it because it's a power thing. Like, you know why you want her to call you that.
You wanted her to call you the boss. And then you say, I just hope your mom doesn't find out about me because I could get in serious trouble, you know, right? I could go to jail.
So he's basically just admitted, right, if I get caught, I'm going to jail. That is basically the book closed. Like, that is him completely caught. He literally said to, like, the fake person, oh, if I get caught, I'm going to jail. So he knew exactly what he's doing. Like, this is literal proof.
I know love knows no age, but most people don't think the same. 12, Joshua.
I know, I messed up.
I mean, you didn't mess up, you committed a crime. This isn't a mess up, this is a crime. And he said not everyone thinks the same, so he's basically like projecting his problem onto the child. Isn't it also so funny how they're like so talkative and like aggressive and like so forward in the messages? Whenever they come there in real life, they literally are quiet whenever they get caught. That's like everyone. Like sometimes boys will say stuff to me, they'll be like, oh my god, like I'm gonna overpower you. And then whenever I meet them in real life, they are literally like a little quiet mouse.
Have you done this before?
No.
Have you ever contacted an underage girl?
Yes.
We have evidence of that too. A 13-year-old.
Oh my god, wait, so he's done it with another one of their fake people? Yet again, he has done it before, so this is like a repeated pattern. He is basically a paedophile, he's a predator. Has he ever met one of them? I really hope he hasn't. Kids are honestly so vulnerable, and this is why I always say to parents, like, make sure you monitor your child's social media. Even if they're not on social media, if they're on like texting apps or like games, they can still like get in contact with creepy guys. It's happened with me in Minecraft, Agario, Fortnite, as well as Roblox. Like, it is quite scary.
So why should I believe you've never done this before?
I just, first of me
You just woke
taking
up-
a chance.
You woke up a few weeks ago and said, I'm going to chat up this girl and drive from your home where?
New York
In Brooklyn.
and Queens.
Queens.
Exactly, like he's literally been chatting to her for a few weeks and literally drove from Queens to this house, like 50 something miles. That isn't like a walk down the street, that isn't like a walk to the shops. That is literally, how long would that be? That is like a good 1 hour drive or something like that. He proper drove across like a big distance to meet someone who he thought was 12.
You said Brooklyn, or do you work in Brooklyn?
I work in Brooklyn.
Okay.
He currently worked in Brooklyn. He ain't gonna be working there anymore. The only work he's gonna be doing is behind the bars. Also, a lot of times these men don't actually get that long in jail. Like, they literally get let out after a couple of years. It's sad, isn't it? Like, it genuinely is scary.
And you live in Queens.
Yes.
And what do you do for work in Brooklyn?
I'm a plumber.
Good job?
Yeah.
Good pay?
It's alright.
Why would you toss it away for this?
Exactly, like, he's literally tossed his life away because of this. It also makes me think, like, obviously there's pedophiles and predators out there that, like, have the feeling towards children, but they won't act on the feelings. What do they do? Do they ring, like, a service? I swear there is, like, a predator helpline where, like, you call them and you speak about it and you try to get help. And honestly, I have respect for them people who obviously have the problem, like, they have the issue where they're attracted to children, but they stop themselves and they go and get help. Obviously people look at them and be like, you disgusting freak, but like, you really should look at them and be like, he knows he's got a problem and he's went and got help. It's like one of them situations where it's like you don't know how to say an answer correctly. Like, there is no right answer.
I mean, can't you explain to me what brought you here tonight?
No.
Oh, here we start with the line. He knows exactly why he went there. He went there because he thought he was meeting a 12-year-old. He thought he was going to get away with it and he got caught.
I mean, it's not right.
It is not right. I know.
But help me to understand it.
I don't know. I don't know what was going through my mind.
You don't know?
No.
I mean, this is your chance to explain yourself.
There's no way I'm getting out of this anyway, so I'm not gonna say anymore.
I mean, yeah, you aren't gonna get out of it, but like, it is interesting, isn't it? Like, I kind of do want to know what they say. It's obviously something in their head. Like, it literally is a mental health problem, isn't it? It's an issue where they're literally like attracted to young people. You know, like, this is literally somebody's family. This is someone's son, somebody's brother, nephew, friend. Like, imagine your friend of like 10 years ended up in jail for doing something like this. You would probably be thinking in the back of your head, like, have I missed red flags? Could I have like stopped this from happening?
Well, Joshua, I don't know what else to say to you, except that I'm Chris Hansen, and this is an investigation called Hansen versus Predator.
And you've been caught. Obviously, he's not really said a lot in the interview. He'll eventually get arrested, and I don't know what he's going to say. He'll probably say nothing as well. But I am interested in, like, what's going to happen. Like, how long is he going to get in jail? When was this filmed? It was posted in 2016 on YouTube. So it was posted, like, how many years ago? 6 years ago. Is he possibly out of jail right now? Like, what is this guy doing right now? It's quite freaky to think that this man, if he's still alive, is literally doing something right now. He could be sleeping, cooking, working out, or like perving in another little girl.
So if there's anything else you want people to know, now is the time.
No.
You're free to leave.
Can I use the bathroom? I've been holding it for quite some time.
Oh my god, he's been holding this pee in the whole time. I'm surprised he didn't pee himself, to be honest. Imagine he like goes in there and pulls out like a knife or like a gun. Oh my god, Chris Hansen gone wrong.
After I caught this predator, the Fairfield, Connecticut cops put him under arrest. As officers search his yellow car, he's handcuffed, put into an unmarked car.
Okay, so they've searched his car. He's basically been arrested. Are they gonna find something in the car and in the bag? You know, there is a possibility he could be hiding like a deep dark secret. And like, he literally could have like something really dangerous in there.
Cops drive Cologne to the police station after he's fingerprinted and photographed, spill his guts to detectives.
But is he gonna spill his guts? Like, is he actually gonna say something? A lot of times they literally don't say anything. I mean, to be fair, the other ones like just constantly lie and they think they're gonna get away with it. But in like his case, he hasn't really told a lie, has he? He basically just said no comment to every single thing.
The detectives give him some Chinese takeout. He's waived his rights to remain silent. What he's about to say will shock you.
Okay, he's about to say something. What is gonna happen? Obviously it's shocking. What's he gonna say?
And is 12 an age that you're comfortable with? That's your preference, or
I date all ages.
what? I can't hear you.
I date older, younger. I mean, not younger than 12, but you know, 12 and up.
Okay, so we said he's dated younger. Does that mean he's dated a 12-year-old or like a 14-year-old? Think of it, this isn't just a 12-year-old. He could have done this too. It could have been a 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old. In America, the age of consent is 18, I'm pretty sure. So if he literally does it to like a 15 or 16-year-old, that is still him being a predator.
Now, Cologne is about to make a truly stunning confession. Listen closely.
Okay, he is gonna make a confession. Oh god, I think I know in the back of my head what it's gonna be, and I really hope it isn't what I think it is.
Man, I did have sexual relations with someone older than 12.
How old?
15.
When was that?
I mean, that's just not true. He knows when it was and was probably quite recently. Yep, just like I suspected, he has done it before to a 15-year-old. Was it a 15-year-old boy or a girl? Either way, that was still a 15-year-old, that poor child. Are they going to be able to track down that child, or are they going to be able to like interview them and like give them help? Keep in mind, like, this child has literally been traumatized by somebody like him. They might be thinking, oh, I'm doing the right thing, like, older men are into me, I'm like so beautiful and powerful. But in years to come, they will grow up and realize, oh my god, I literally was like a victim, and they probably will be traumatized and have trauma.
A few months back.
Do you remember her name?
It's not a her.
Like I suspected, it was a boy. Yeah, a lot of the times these predators will perv on basically boys and girls. It doesn't really matter to them. The only thing that matters is the fact that they're like under a certain age, or like they're young. They don't care about like the gender or whatever.
Okay. Do you remember his name?
Dave.
Cologne then reveals his biggest fear was meeting me instead of a little girl.
So his biggest fear was meeting Chris Hansen rather than meeting a little girl. I mean, to be fair, that probably is a lot of fears that predators have. So obviously he has met a 15-year-old boy before. I feel like a lot of times people don't think about predators perving on boys. Like, it happens to boys as well. It does happen to younger girls, but can also happen to younger boys. Women can do it as well. Like, I feel like whenever people think of predators, I think of like fat, old, greasy, ugly, single men who want like a little girl. They can want little boys. It can also be a woman. Also, a predator can be literally 24, like 21, going for a 12-year-old. It isn't always like older men like him. Like, they can literally be a fit, athletic man or woman under the age of like 22, but they're attracted to 12-year-olds.
I talked, but I never actually went to meet them because I was always afraid
Of what?
to be like on that guy's show.
I mean, he's laughing about it, but it's not something to laugh about. I also understand why that interviewer's laughing. Basically, they're trying to like act like their friend to like get the details out. They're basically trying to like, I don't know, be like a sugar baby, like suck the money up, but in their case they're sucking out the details. So yeah, he had a fear of meeting Chris Hansen, and he's done it multiple times before to little girls. That doesn't surprise me.
If you could erase him from walking into the kitchen today, what do you envision yourself doing right now if that hadn't happened?
You guys know already.
I mean, yeah, we already know what his intention was. His intention was to go there and, you know, do it with a young girl, basically rape her, not even have sex, it's rape. Okay, so that's basically what most of like the interrogation is. We're gonna wind forward and see how long he gets in jail and what he gets charged for.
The text messages, the visit to the house, evidence so overwhelming that Cologne pleads guilty to 3 felony charges.
Okay, so he gets charged with 3 felony charges. What are they gonna be? I'm trying to think in my head. Like, I already know what 2 of them are gonna be. Let's find out what the rest are.
Attempted second-degree sexual assault, attempted risk of injury to a minor, and attempting to entice a minor by computer.
I wonder how long he's gonna get in jail, because in America they would only get 10 years for that. That's crazy, isn't it? He literally went to like a minor's house, a 12-year-old's house, and he'll only get 10 years in jail. Okay, so I found out in the end he was sentenced to 7 years in jail and suspended after serving 3. So basically he got out after 3 years. To me, that is just scary. Anyways guys, that is the end of the video. If you are new, hit that big red subscribe button, and yes, I'll see you all in my next video.